Oh boy. All right, here we go. Thanks for joining me today. This is Fuel, if you don't already know. But today, I got my hands on this beautiful 2024 GS1300 from BMW. That was Jeff right now that I just passed. Huge thanks to Jeff for loaning me this bike. I got my cheat sheet here, so I'll be reading some information off to you guys. It's more of a hands-on for me rather than a review. I don't really know much about BMWs or their models, but I've been tempted since I'm in the market right now to get a new bike to lean towards a BMW bike. I'm not sure yet, but let's check this bike out together, and I hope that you guys enjoy this type of content because this is new for me as it will be for the channel, and I got other brands in mind that I'll be taking on a test ride. And man, right off the bat, this bike rips. This bike seriously has like I don't know, it's nimble. It's my first time being in a mid-control bike, and I'm honestly comfortable. I can see the reason why so many riders out there prefer mid-controls over forward controls. And you guys already know my Indian bike. So my Indian bike is forward controls. It's a small Indian Scout. I sit a lot higher on this one, and honestly, I gotta tell you, I'm a lot comfortable with this one. I feel way more confident. This thing has a lot of gadgets. I'm not used to this new school type of feel with technology on motorcycles, but yeah, I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. I just want to touch everything. So you'll see me tinkering with buttons here, and yeah, I'm just having the time of my life right now. So like I said, let's just check out this bike together, learn from it, and if you guys have any input, feel free to drop a comment. I'm sorry I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm just excited. I'm really stoked to be riding this bike and having the privilege to have somebody like Jeff to give me this golden opportunity and just, have some fun. This is my first time riding in the city per se. I'm not really a city person. I usually ride in the backcountry or in the desert, for those of you that have been following. So yeah, bear with me as I go over some statistics about this bike. This is a 2024 BMW GS1300. It's 145 horsepower at 7,750 RPM, closed loop 3-way catalytic converter, air liquid cooled 4-stroke flat twin engine with double overhead and chain driven camshafts. It's about 1300 cc's, obviously it's in the name, 110 pound-feet of torque, around 6,500 RPM, 13.3/1 on compression ratio, and it has an electronic intake pipe injection. I hope I got most of that right, because trying to remember all this and trying to have fun with this bike is making me kind of, be all over the place, because I'm just having the time of my life right now. The bike can go over 120 miles per hour. The bike does take super unleaded fuel, so you will be spending quite a bit trying to fill this back up. It does have a 3-phase alternator with 650 watts. I believe the battery is a lithium-ion 12-volt battery. The clutch is a wet clutch, a slipper clutch, and hydraulically operated. This is a pretty responsive clutch because it acts pretty quick on your commands. If I remember correctly, from what Jeff told me, you can upshift without having to depress that clutch, so that is a huge win right now. Oh man, I can't get over how fast this bike goes. Like just listen. It's just so smooth. It eats up all those bumps and all those crevices. All right, I'm gonna take a right here. Man, the brakes are good. If you didn't notice, the bike did not lean or squat whatsoever. So what's amazing to me right off the bat is the suspension. The suspension really allows you to get to know the bike and also stay firmly in place when you move around and come to a complete stop. It's such a great feeling, because I've never had a bike that had powerful brakes like this. My Indian Scout, yeah, it'll squat, it'll lean, definitely. Like it'll feel a little bit uncomfortable even after the aftermarket shocks and fork suspension. But this right here, right off the bat, I'm just at loss of words. Again, maybe I'm just in my honeymoon phase with this bike right now, but man, just look at this. Nimble, so nimble. The bike is card-on shaft drive, so you will not have a belt or a chain so you don't have to worry about those services. The gearbox, it's a claw shifted 6-speed gearbox, so it does have 6 speeds. Let's see here, let's get through this. This is unfamiliar territory for me, so this is my first time riding on this part of the town. This is Riverside, by the way, which is where the dealership is at, BMW of Riverside. Be sure to come by and check them out and ask for Jeff. I just can't thank Jeff enough. Just huge shout out for that dude. Okay, so coming up on the stop here. I just absolutely love the brakes. I like the suspension is just amazing. Okay, moving forward, let's see what else I remember. This thing has a couple of modes, some riding modes, which I will touch up on in a bit here as I get more comfortable with the bike. The wheelbase is about 59 inches, and the suspension travel for the front is 7.5, and for the rear is 7.9 inches of travel. Let's see here. The wheels are aluminum cast wheels, so that's something. If that's something you're wanting to change, you can. But I think they're perfectly fine the way they are. The front tire is 120 by 70 by 19, and the rear tire is 170 by 60 and 17 inches. For the front brakes, you got twin disc brakes. They're semi-floating brake disc, roughly about 310 millimeters. Four piston calipers. So yeah, that tells you how good these brakes are. Like, check this out. Like, no leaning, no squatting whatsoever. Like, the bike is so firm. I don't know. If I were to right now, if I were to give up my Indian, unfortunately, I probably would. I most likely would, because I'm just so comfortable and so confident on this bike that I'm willing to just trade in my old Indian just for this one right now. But I gotta be patient, because right now, you know, test riding a couple of bikes before I come up to my ultimate decision. I am in the market for a new bike, so BMW was definitely the first brand that I wanted to check out before committing to other brands. Okay. God, this throttle is so good. This bike does have ABS, for those of you that were wondering. The tank is about 5 gallons. I know its predecessor went about 400 miles on 5 gallons or 6 gallons. I'm not really all that familiar with the BMW bikes. I'm learning as I go. But with this one having 5 gallons, I think that's more than enough, because I'm just comparing, you know, apple to oranges, because my Indian Scout holds about almost 1.9 gallons, and that just gets me 100 miles. So anything above that for me already excites me. So with the predecessor being the BMW GS1300, with that one, you know, making you go over 400 miles, I think that's way more than we all need, and it's sufficient enough. So for this one, I can only imagine it's around the same ballpark figure, about 400 miles, if that, if not any lower or higher. I'm not sure yet, but it's all about how you ride, obviously. I really love this digital tachometer. So nice. But then again, these are all, you know, luxury items that I'm not used to, because I'm still running like an analog speedometer on mine. So the cool thing about this bike, for me, is the capacity to be able to have those luggage boxes. You can put up to 3, one in the middle, 2, and you know, 1 on each side, so that'd be 3. And usually I carry a backpack around, so whenever I go to point A to point B, if I'm going out with some friends or some family, or if I'm just gonna do like a photography shoot or go hiking, then, you know, my backpack is limited on how much I can put in. At least with this, if I were to get this bike, or if you were that type of guy that goes out a lot like me, you know, you have that storage capability, and the bins look pretty beefy, so I don't think security would be an issue. What I like about those bins that I noticed, and was also told, from Jeff was that they have like some kind of magnetic lock. I'm not quite sure how that works exactly, but when I saw how the install and the uninstall, it seemed real easy. It was like a 5-minute job. So I think that's a very convenient thing to have, because you never know. Maybe you just don't want to carry all that luggage around, and you just want to go for the road, for the sport feeling, so you can just pop all that stuff out. I think I'm gonna change the mode here and see what how it feels. What do we got? We got road, dynamic, enduro, eco. I'm gonna give dynamic a try. Oh, okay, this thing has some oomph into it. Man, if you have not ridden this bike, I advise you to go hit up Jeff at BMW at Riverside and schedule yourself a test ride with this bike, because you are going to fall in love with this bike, and I am too. I might just even walk away with this bike today. But no, seriously, all joke aside, this my decision will have to wait, because I gotta be patient. There's still other rides that I want to check out before I make that ultimate decision. But if I had money, don't get me wrong, I'd have a garage filled with motorcycles. If you're enjoying this as much as I am, oh man, this thing just rides like a gem. I'm gonna have to mess with these buttons and this fancy LED screen here in a bit, as soon as I get down the road a little more. Actually, I think I'm just gonna try out the other mode. I just gotta have a better memory of what they were. Definitely a lot of police activity out here right now. Wonder if it's normal out here in Riverside. Like always, gotta mind my own business and keep going forward. About to come up on my turn, and I think that's when I'll check out these other modes. Okay. Well, stuck behind the train, but now's a good opportunity to mess with these modes. Try the next one. What does this button do? Okay. It changes the screen. Nice. What else do we got? Alright, I'm gonna have to mess with those later, because we gotta stay with the flow of traffic. So, what brought me to BMW was, obviously, like I mentioned before, I'm in the market for a new bike, and I do a lot of off-roading, and my poor Indian Scout cannot handle that environment. And as much as that poor thing, gives to me in order for me to have fun, realistically, I gotta get the right bike for the right environment, and that Indian Scout, it ain't it. So this is why I leaned towards BMW, because of the 1250 GSA. So this is what drew me to the 1300. But you know what? Let me see if I can mess with some stuff here. Maybe I can mess with the buttons a little more. Let me get this thing in. Yep. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's cool. I did not know you could do that. That is pretty cool. Okay. Well, there you go. There you guys go. Like you see that? You saw what I saw? You can mess with the windscreen here, and you can put it up or down. But you know what? I didn't even think about this. I was so distracted by the way the bike rides. I forgot how the wind was being deflected. But I did notice how much the wind was getting deflected when I was going faster. Wow, that's crazy. I think I'm gonna pull up to the dealership here and probably call it and wrap it up. This is it right here. If you ever find yourself at BMW Riverside, talk to Jeff. Tell him Fuel send you. He'll remember me. Alright, let's back this up. My fun is over. For now. Oh man, I don't know how I'm even gonna sleep tonight. Such a great ride and experience right here. So this is it right here, the 2024 BMW GS1300. This is in triple black and it's such a beauty to look at. I recommend you coming by and checking it out in person. Alright, I was not expecting to go on the second ride, but Jeff was kind enough to loan me a 2023 GS1250. So this is the predecessor of the GS1300. This bike definitely feels and handles differently, but it's still in par with that 1300. Nonetheless, this thing is nice. Like I just can't believe I waited so long and trying out a mid-control bike. The clutch feels amazing. This thing just goes. Brakes are still good. There's hardly no lean to this thing. I gotta love the torque. But you know what sells me the most about the predecessor, the GS1250, is the headlight design. I absolutely love that design. I like the way when you start it up, the headlight just kind of, moves up and down and levels itself out. Compared to the 1300, the 2024 version, now it's an X. So if you're looking for an aesthetic look and you don't like that X, probably go with the 1250. They're still continuing the 1250 through 2024 from what I've been told. So, look at them both. Alright. I'm going to take this last loop around and then return the bike and call it a day. I can definitely end the day with a big W. And shout out to Jeff once again. I just can't thank you enough, man. I really appreciate you treating me more like a friend rather than a customer. These bikes, should I say, they're just amazing. They're definitely on their league of their own. And it's gonna make my decision a lot harder because I want to leave with that 1300 today, but I just gotta hold back and be patient. I still got other bikes that I gotta test ride. Which will be coming in future videos, by the way. I got other bikes I want to show off if you guys were interested in. Alright, I'm going to head back to the dealership. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and staying all the way to the end. Hit that like and subscribe. It was definitely different. I appreciate you guys for watching the video once again. And I can't wait to do some more just like these. I still got more to check out. Thanks again. You guys take care. Cheers.